Hi, I'm Anthony Kazuyaka. I'm a part of the Michigan State University Game Design Specialization in TC 455. For my video game Canon contribution, I chose Saints Row 3. I chose this game for a couple of reasons, but the biggest reason I would have to say is its emphasis on player-centric design. There are a lot of examples of this to be found in Saints Row 3, especially in the minigames. And I chose to demo a few of them for you to show you this. There are also examples in the story. This isn't to say that the story is any less fun. I actually found the story to be incredibly fun. But as a summarization, I feel the minigames do a better job than trying to explain the context of any given mission. So in this game type, which is called insurance fraud, the goal is to inflict as much damage upon yourself to commit insurance fraud. You're trying to get the most money by running into the most cars, essentially, and as you do so, your adrenaline meter builds, and once it reaches its maximum, you are in adrenaline mode. And while you're in adrenaline mode, you have more direct control of your ragdoll body, and you can use this to your advantage to better plan collisions and chain them together, because chaining them will yield more points, more money. And this can be seen, here. And so this is a lot of fun because it's not a game type that you would typically find in a lot of games, and that's one of the reasons that I find this game very enjoyable. One of my favorite parts of Saints Row 3 is that it doesn't take itself too seriously. It knows it's a game, and this is very clear throughout the whole game. This allows the game to focus on the fun factor, the enjoyableness, instead of confining itself and having to maintain realism. This leads to a lot of opportunities to include things in a game that would be out of place in a more realistic game such as Grand Theft Auto. So this is one of my favorite mini-games, and this is called Tank Mayhem, and essentially you're tasked with doing the most damage to your surroundings and enemies while in a tank. And it's a simple premise, but it's loads of fun, and you get bonus points if you do a lot of damage in a short amount of time and keep that chain up. You get a combo, and the higher your combo, the more points you get, the higher your score, the better overall for you. And then so, similar to Tank Mayhem is another one of my favorite mini games, and that's called Mayhem. And Mayhem, unlike Tank Mayhem, has you on foot. So instead of being in this armored vehicle, this almost indestructible war machine, you're now on foot, but you're given infinite explosives. And so this has more of a balance between running and gunning, between both, destroying and inflicting the most damage, but also managing your health. So it's a little bit more hectic, but that's not a bad thing. It definitely lends to its enjoyability. And so that's, one of my favorite examples of this player-centric design is this ability to not take itself seriously, to have these fun little mini games. And then another thing is the vehicles in this game, and just the attitude that it takes towards the vehicles and weapons. So, in most games, you would not be able to have a pixel tank delivered to you via phone call, or a mesh of a Mega Man blaster. And both do a great deal amount of damage, which is disparity between its looks, which look like a toy, and its actual effects. And I actually found that to be pretty enjoyable. It adds a bit of unpredictability to it. Overall, though, Saints Row 3 is a fun game to play. There there are many design cues and lessons to be taken from it. Unlike some other games that lose fun in trying to force realism, Saints Row 3 embraces the absurdity, and the game is more fun because of it.